We are live. Welcome to episode 23, the finale of the first ever season of the High Slot Podcast. I'm here today, as always, with the boys, Bob Deuce,
Wowie,
Snipsky,
yes, sir,
and myself, Andrew Coco Curry. Yes, you heard that right. This will be our final episode for season 1 of the High Slot. As we head into the off season, just like the players, the boys, and myself all need a little break from the game of hockey too. But don't worry, we'll have plenty of content lined up throughout the summer that we'll be pumping out to you. We got the infamous Prezi Cup coming the beginning of August, amongst a bunch of other things that we will be providing for you, our fans and viewers at home. So with that being said, before we dive into the hockey portion of today's show, shall we recap our trip to the Dirty Myrtle?
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, it was a great little trip we had. Nice week playing golf. A little muggy weather, had a little spotty weather and all, but other than that, had a great time with you boys. It's kind of sad that we're recording our last episode of the season, but we got a bright future ahead of us, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, hell of a trip to Myrtle. Killed it. The boys were swinging them nice, and got some nice weather down there. I mean, it was spotty, but there was times where it was really nice. Hit the pool, try to get these tan lines gone, but kind of unsuccessful.
I might have the worst tan line of all time. My feet look gross.
Dude, the golf tan lines are tough, especially after being in Myrtle for a week. Just like torso up is white as a ghost.
Yeah, we look
just nice and tan.
We look good now, but
yeah. But when I take the shirt off, everyone's like throwing up.
Oh, shirt's not coming off this summer.
Yeah.
Tarp's on all summer
It's
long.
too deep in the summer for us to be like, all right, maybe I can get it evened out, dude. I'm way too tan on my arms. I'm way too tan on my arms and everything. I can't.
Yeah, I don't think we can recover at this point, honestly. But yeah, Myrtle was a great time. Shout out Legends Resort for the hospitality. Shout out Prestwick Country Club. Shout out Pine Lakes, all immaculate courses. It was just, it was really a privilege to be down there swinging the sticks and just kicking back and enjoying life. You can't beat golf and beers with the boys. There's really nothing better than that.
Absolutely.
And on top of it all, Bob and I finally got over the hump. After Snipsky and Butts took home the first 2 Suckbag Invitationals, Bob and I finally took one home and we're Myrtle Cup champs. It came down to the wire, though, not going to lie. It was close. There was a recount. We won't get into all that. But, if some people could just count their scorecards up right the first time, we wouldn't have had that problem. But
don't look at me.
Yeah.
We know Vinny can't count, so it's not on him. No, but me and Coco captured the major. We're back we're on the scoreboard, baby. We caught a major. Myrtle Cup. Next year, we're running it back.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be back. There's no doubt about that.
Back and better than ever. So Scramble Pod, time and place. Let us know. We're ready to swing them. The boys are feeling good after that week in Myrtle, and we're ready for the Scramble Pod next. You guys are up next. We're taking you guys down. Let's go. All right, before we get into the hockey talk, we must acknowledge that we're here in the studio today, thanks to our producer, Hedge Better Technologies. The Hedge Better sports betting platform is a revolutionary concept that creates a competitive advantage for every party involved in the sports betting process. They're putting the odds in your hands, cutting out the middleman, and empowering a future generation of sports bettors. This sports betting platform is coming soon in 2023, but if you want early access, be sure to go check them out over at www.hedgebetter.com. That's www.hedgebetter.com. All right, why don't we jump into some NHL news? It's been a couple weeks, so we do have a lot to cover today, starting with the Boston Bruins have finally announced their next coach, and it's going to be former Dallas Stars bench boss Jim Montgomery. He will be the 29th head coach in franchise history. Boys, what's your thoughts on the signing of Jim Montgomery as the new head coach for Boston?
I mean, I don't hate it, but there's a couple other guys we could have got out there. Like, there's a lot of coaches out there that I thought would fit the mold for the job, but I mean, he did show that he was a good coach at Dallas, but he had some personal issues, so like that's kind of scaring me a little bit. Maybe he overcame that, but only time can tell. And like Vinny's St. Louis Blues,
Snipsky loves his Blues.
He loves his Blues, so yeah,
Yes,
he's
sir.
an assistant coach over there, and they had a good season. Like he showed that he can coach still. So yeah, I mean, I don't hate the hire.
I like it. Compared to David Quinn, I think it's a good hire. David Quinn, he showed a little bit of promise with the Rangers, but this guy, I'm looking at his DB, his coaching DB right now, never had a losing season as a coach. His
Love
first
that.
year, his first year with Dallas, 43-32, lost in the second round. Before he got fired, he was 17-11, better winning percentage than he did the year before. So, I mean, it seems like he's got a lot of promise. He just has a lot of like background issues. Like, I think he went to rehab for alcohol. But hey, I mean, he's got a winning pedigree. Sorry, I can't speak. But yeah, he won like a USHL championship twice. He was like the captain of the U Maine team when they won the national title, like back like before I was born. But yeah, no, I like it. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully he's nice to the guys on the team, especially you, Jake DeBrus.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah,
Right?
he'll be canned in 2 weeks if he makes anyone cry in that locker room.
Yeah, but looking at Jim Montgomery's resume, it's pretty decent. He also coached at U Denver, won a national championship, maybe 2. I know at least 1 when he was the coach at Denver. Been the Blues assistant coach for the past 2 years. They've been a good team. Like Snipsky said, he had success with Dallas. I think he was the best of the bunch compared to the other interviewees. So, I don't hate the hire at all. He does have a tall order in front of him coming up for next year. I'll tell you that. It's not going to be an easy task taking over as coach of the Bruins, especially with the success that Bruce Cassidy had. So, we'll see. We'll see how he does. I mean, Cassidy made the playoffs in all 6 years as the coach. So, expectations are going to be the same. We're expected to make the playoffs and then kind of see where we go from there. The Bees, you're looking down the roster here. They still have a decent core coming back next year. Do I think they make the playoffs? Yes. Are they legit cup contenders?
No.
In my opinion, no. They're miles behind teams like Colorado and Tampa Bay that we just saw in the Stanley Cup Finals. The Bruins can't even sniff those guys' jock straps, if I'm being honest.
They're just like they're chasing around the old guys still. They're still talking about Krejci. I heard on the radio today. Sweeney, when he was talking about the hire, he said, I still talk to David. We're having good talks. It's like, don't want to hear it. We're getting slower, older. The teams that were in the cup, fast.
A lot of speed.
They're young. What's the oldest guy on that team? It might be Darren Helm. And what is he, like 35? And he might be on the third line. And he's he hits guys. He's like the most hits in the league. And it's like, I just hate chasing around these old guys. It's like, get younger, learn how to draft, or even trade for younger guys, and like develop them even more. But
yeah, the game's evolving. Like you said, it's getting faster. We saw it in the Stanley Cup Finals, like what those teams were built around. And the Bruins are kind of just stuck in second gear. Like they still think they're the big bad Bruins, like from the 80s, from the 90s. And that's just not what the game is nowadays. You need to adapt. You need to bring in some new guys who are going to fit that mold. So we'll see. We got to make some moves this offseason if we want to be legit cup contenders. But as of right now, we're not even close. You mentioned Don Sweeney. Speaking of Don Sweeney, with his deal set to expire at the end of June, the Bruins have extended Don Sweeney to a multi-year contract extension. The former GM of the year has his work cut out for him with a lot of decisions to make this offseason. A lot of questions remain that the Bruins have to have answers for. Are they contenders? Do they rebuild? Do they trade? Do they extend Pasta? I don't know. A lot of questions are going to have to be answered.
I mean, when I found out he was going to extend it, I think I almost snapped my driver over my knee. I found out down in South Carolina.
Not the driver. That's your best club.
Yeah, that's what I need. But that shows how much frustration goes through me when I hear this news. But he just set us himself, Don Sweeney himself set us back probably 3 or 4 years. So it's not good. I don't even know how to answer your question because I think Don Sweeney in his delusional mind thinks we're contenders, but a normal hockey fan, they're like, this team isn't good. Like you said, they would our team's not even gonna sniff Lightning, Avalanche, even the Rangers, dude. The Rangers are gonna be so much better than us next year. The Canes,
Panthers.
There's so many other teams that we have to contend to even get into a contending spot, even sniffing second, third round. So I think we're gonna be another first round and done. See ya.
Yeah, it's just you're gonna trade. I like the trade for Lampus Lindholm, and then you trade away our first round pick. But somehow you don't have a first round pick, and the team goes out in the first round, and somehow you get extended. That sounds like a fireable offense to me. Or it's just he knew halfway through the year he's gonna get extended, so he said, "Oh, I gotta save my ass and build." But you're building the wrong way. I think he's just like throwing away these draft picks because he can't draft. He couldn't pick his nose, and it's just no excuse for it. Like Cam Neely, I'm sorry, you're in on this too. It's ridiculous. I'm not surprised he got extended because like obviously they were talking. He was doing the press conference like, oh yeah, I'll be back, but like for what? Just because you need a. Your owner gave you an out for a scapegoat. Like, there's no excuse for it.
Yeah, it just seems like the rest of the teams in the division in the conference just keep getting better, and we're just stuck in the mud. We need to bring in people that are going to help us contend. We need a second line center. I think that's the first order of business. There's guys out there this year in the free agency that we can get. Nazem Kadri, great season this year in Colorado, really showed up in the playoffs. Vincent Trocheck looks like he's going to be a free agent. I think you got to go after one of those guys, but then again, we have no cap space to hire anyone.
Nazem Kadri.
Come on.
Nazem Kadri said he's like, all right, I just won a cup. I'm going to get the bag now. He said that. So we're not, dude, there's no way we have money to even touch him.
So. I mean, Andrew Kopp's on the market, but, you couldn't trade for him, even though Jake DeBrusk wanted out. You could have probably flipped him and maybe did a 1-for-1 and then threw another draft pick in there, I would think. But no, we don't need it. We need defense because our defense is solid, but it's like there's two guys that aren't solid, and it's friggin' Carlo and Grizzly, and they're still betting on these guys. It's time to give up on those guys, I think, if you ask me.
You mentioned Jake DeBrusk. So it just came out that DeBrusk's agent informed GM Don Sweeney that he's rescinded his trade request and he's happy to remain with the Bruins going forward.
Yeah, that's news.
This comes just days after signing a new coach. I mean, what's our thoughts on that?
That's just a fart in the wind.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, like, when Vinny told me that, he's he rescinded, I was like, okay. We're not a better team with him. We're not a worse team without him. He's just there. Like, Jake DeBrusk is literally just there.
He's white rice.
Oh, wait.
Just filling the burrito up. Yeah, it's white rice.
It's Don Sweeney going, oh, we got to tell the world about this. Everybody, they'll be so happy. Everybody relax. Jake DeBrusk wants to be a Boston Bruin. Woo, thank God. Oh, my God, this is unbelievable news. Wow, you just hired a coach and you're not going to care about hiring the coach, but you throw that pile of dog shit on top of it so no one cares. Like, no, this is crap. Like, why is this even news?
It's literally
Get the kid out of here.
It's literally a fart in the wind.
Yeah.
It's fart in the wind.
It just pisses me off, and it's so irrelevant, too, because no one wanted Jake DeBrusk. Yeah. We couldn't even trade him if we wanted to. Couldn't even get a bag of pucks for him, dude. You know what I mean? Like, and then his agent comes out, it's like, yeah, he's happy with remaining a Bruin for the future.
Yeah,
it's like,
because Bruce Cassidy's gone.
Soft as shit.
Exactly. It's just because Bruce Cassidy's gone. I mean, he didn't like Bruce Cassidy because he health bombed him after he put up 14 points in 41 games. I mean, that was the right move. Jake DeBrusk wasn't doing shit, so he's trying to teach him a lesson. Say, hey, Jakey, you're not producing 14 points in 41 fucking games, and you're supposed to be a second line guy. I wonder
what his minus was.
That's probably, I don't even want to look.
Yeah, that's probably what it was more than that.
Do your fucking job, Jakey Poo.
Oh,
yeah,
my God.
Do your fucking job.
You know what they say? When the going gets tough, the tough get going, and DeBrusk ain't tough, physically or mentally. He's weak.
That's the type of coaching that should get the best out of you, especially like at the top level. Like if you're at the top level, like the NHL, that's going to happen. Like that's where the tough coaching comes in because you already proved yourself to be in the NHL. They're not babying you anymore. You're ready. You're supposed to be there. You're not supposed to get coached anymore. There's no coaching anymore. It's do your job. Like if you're in high school, yeah, they'll like baby you a little bit because you're still developing. Whatever juniors are still developing you. They'll let you play, bro. It ain't a joke anymore. You're getting paid to do this, and this guy's job's on the line because of you.
Yeah, when you're getting paid millions of dollars and you're just not living up to your expectations, how can you get mad at a coach for health bombing you? It's like. It's not like he was lighting it up and then he just had some like grudge against him. It's like, dude, you're playing like shit. You don't deserve to be in a lineup. This should light a fire under your ass. But all he did was tuck his tail between his legs and just whine and bitch about it. Like, oh, I want out. They're being mean to me.
Run the Don Sweeney.
But Don, he's like, I spent a first rounder on him. He's going nowhere. I love Jake.
I mean, just how can you respect a guy like that, though, in the locker room? I mean, clearly everyone on the team knows about all of this. How can you see that guy walk in the locker room and just, have any sort of respect for him? Because I wouldn't.
I heard something on that everybody loves Jake in the locker room. Like Bergie, all of them.
I guess, dude, you don't want to play here? Pack your shit.
I guess it's a country club. Once you get drafted there, they all love you. It's like, hey, come here, bud. Let's go play 18 after this. You know,
right.
Yeah,
it's like, we lost.
Oh,
That's all right.
you were -5, yo. Let's go hit the links.
Yeah, it's like, what is this pickup hour at fucking Shea Ring? Come on, dude. This is the big leagues.
Yeah.
You know?
Hey, you gotta. It seems like they don't care whether they win or lose over there.
So, in good news, though, it's reported that Bruins captain Patrice Bergeron isn't going anywhere. He has reportedly signed a 1-year deal to remain with the team after multiple rumors of Bergeron potentially retiring or going and testing the free agent market. I think the Bergie re-signing, with that, we can all take, a big sign of relief. That made me feel like a notch better about this upcoming season, but still not great. I mean, there's rumors Krejci might come back, and then Bergie re-signs after Bruce is gone. So did the players really hate Bruce Cassidy that much?
I guess. We're not in the locker room, so we don't see if Bruce Cassidy came at someone's mother or sister, maybe he motherfucked someone, didn't like it, someone probably didn't like it or something. But I don't know, I don't know why Patrice Bergeron won't even come back, because our team is definitely declining, unless they're trying to get the band back together, and they're trying to recruit 40-year-olds again. And you know what I mean, and maybe get Tim Thomas back, dust off the pads one more time, old Timmy. But I don't know.
Last one to get it done.
Yeah, exactly. So it's I don't know what's going on in the organization.
Yeah.
I can't put my thumb down on what's going on in Boston.
Tim Thomas is his log cabin with a shotgun right now, with 1 foot up with a Budweiser in his hand, shooting through the window.
Yeah. Don Sweeney comes up to his cabin, and then he just shoots through the door, and Donnie's like, "Oh Jesus!" He's like, "It's me, Timmy. It's me, Tim." He goes, "What?" And he has a massive beard.
No, he's like, "I knew it was you. That's why I thought you shot."
All right. I mean, I think we could all sit here and bitch and complain about the Bruins all day. They got a lot of work cut out from this offseason, and it just, that's it, plain and simple.
I just want to say one thing about the Bergeron signing. He's the only old guy I want back on this team, and that's it. I don't even want Krejci. If he's going to be that big of a bitch about Bruce Cassidy and come back, no respect.
Yeah, I agree. We need guys here who want to win, not guys who are just, I'm happy to be here, and, it doesn't matter about wins and losses. Well, it does. You're in the city of champions. We're called that for a reason. We expect to win year after year, or at least, contend. But we haven't really seen that for a while. So, big things need to happen this offseason. If you're a Bruins fan, you want to be excited about the upcoming season. Because now, I'm not excited whatsoever.
There's some good free agents out there. I mean, it's just too bad we got some guys locked up, for dumb money, and they don't deserve it.
Yeah, there's a lot of people in that payroll that don't deserve what they're getting paid.
Oh yeah, you can look up and down that roster, and there's every other guy. What are we doing paying this guy $5-6 million?
Why is this guy here for 2 more years and he stinks?
Beats me, right? I guess that's why we're not general manager of the Boston Bruins.
Yeah, it's probably a good thing we're not.
All right, in other news around the league, the San Jose Sharks have hired Mike Grier as general manager, making him the first black general manager in NHL history. Grier is a former player who had a 14-year career, including 3 years with the Sharks. After retiring from the NHL, he has worked as a scout for the Blackhawks, he was an assistant coach with the New Jersey Devils, and he worked in hockey operations as an advisor with the New York Rangers. What's your boys' thoughts on Mike Grier being hired as the GM for the San Jose Sharks?
Yeah, he's a BU legend. He won a natty ship with BU, local college legend, and yeah, he had a good little career. And like what you just listed off, the resume speaks for itself. That's general manager, worthy resume right there. Oh, yeah. And it's funny too. His brother is Vinny. Who was he the GM for?
Yeah, so I'll go into it. So his dad Bobby Grier was a scout for the Miami Dolphins. And I don't think he still is, but his brother, I think it's his younger brother. He's older. His younger brother's the GM for the Miami Dolphins right now.
Oh, no kidding.
Chris Greer. And now Mike Grier is the GM for the San Jose Sharks.
Yeah, very successful family.
So, yeah, they grew up in the scouting department, so it kind of makes sense. I like the hire. I mean, hey, doesn't hurt bringing in an ex-hockey player to run your organization, especially this guy was a grinder.
He was, yeah. He played gritty.
Got dirty mitts. Hey, I mean, the Sharks have nothing to lose. They stink. They have some bad contracts, a lot of long-term deals for guys that aren't that great. I saw Mark Edward Vlasic. He's signed for like 4.5 or 7, and that guy is like 50 years old. So you probably got to get rid of him. Probably cut bait with that guy.
Eric Carlson makes 11 a year.
Yeah. I would. Yeah, Brent. I mean, I think you decide who you want to keep between one of them because they're both good. But like, obviously, 11.5 is a shit ton of money for a guy.
Those guys have all peaked.
Yeah, exactly.
They're way past their prime.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I'd probably get rid of 11.5 and like just dump him off. But like they actually have Timo Meyer at like
they
7.
Locked him up too.
Yeah, but like for low money, like 6.5, 6.5, and he's like the lowest. Yeah, I saw that. I was like, hey, we watching me and Bob were looking at the NHL. I'm like, you gotta get rid of Vlasic. He's making more money than Timo.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah,
Logan Couture's got to be getting paid a hefty amount.
Yeah,
too.
he's the captain. I'd keep him. He's good.
Yeah, Brett Burns. I think he really gave him like 3 teams that he wants to get traded to. Like he's already expecting to get traded.
Yeah, I heard Greer say he's ready to make some changes, but not ready to entirely blow up the team. I mean, they do have a decent core. They just got to figure things out. Like you said, some of those contracts just make make you scratch your head. Like, what are you doing locking up some of these guys?
Who even was their GM before Mike Grier?
They was talking about him.
Sounds like an idiot.
He might have been the what the hell was his name? They were actually talking about him. His name was like Dan. I can't think. I'll look it up. I'll get back to you.
Look it up for us. But Mike Grier being the first black GM in NHL history, that's awesome. It's just another example how the league continues to grow and diversify throughout the years. Whether it's players, coaches, scouts. Front office positions. It's something that it's great to see for the game of hockey. You'll love to see it.
Hockey's for everyone, baby.
Other coaching news around the league: the Detroit Red Wings have hired former Tampa Bay assistant coach Derek Lalonde to be their next head coach. He was an assistant with Tampa Bay for the past 4 seasons, where he helped the team to 3 straight finals appearances and 2 Stanley Cups. What's your thoughts on the new head coach in Detroit Rock City?
Yeah, he has a good resume. Like. Literally coached a championship team. Obviously, he wasn't the head coach, but definitely had a voice in the locker room and all that. Like, must have been respected enough to be there for the whole run. And dude, the Red Wings are looking good. I think they're gearing up for a little rebuild. I think the rebuild's already almost done. And we'll see. Seems like a good guy for the job. Stevie Y knows what he's doing over there. So,
dude, just trust in Stevie Y. That's all I gotta say. Like, I saw that move and I was like, who is this guy? But I was like, Stevie Y hired him. Dude, must have been a great hire. I mean, he just knows what he's doing. He built that Tampa Bay dynasty. Now he's trying to do the same thing in Detroit. They have a great young core. Calder trophy winner, Mo Sider.
More money, more problems.
Lucas Raymond. I mean, Bertuzzi. Okay. They got a decent core there. Hockey Town is back. They're back. I don't think they'll make the playoffs like next year, but 2 to 3 years, they're going to be a legit threat to win the Atlantic Division. Detroit's back, and after seeing that 30 for 30 unrivaled with the
that was sick.
with the Red Wings and the Avs,
I'm still butthurt about that.
Oh, dude, if you haven't seen that, go check that out. 30 for 30 unrivaled. It's about the Avalanche Red Wings rivalry back in the mid to late 90s. Sick documentary. After watching that, I'm like, dude, let's go. Put the Red Wings back on the map. They deserve it.
Lalonde, like Coco said, trust in Stevie Y. He built the Tampa Bay dynasty. He's about to build another one. But he's staying to enjoy this one because he's a Red Wing at heart. And this guy, Lalonde, all right, I'm saying it right. Lalonde, Tampa Bay Lightning assistant for the last 4 years.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Sorry when the hosts aren't listening. That's typical. Like, he went back into his farm, saw that his boy was there, the one. He was like, yep, plucked him out. But, hey, I mean, we're going to take it. Like, I disagree. I think the Wings are going to make the playoffs next year.
Okay.
They're not going to be, like, winning their division or anything. They're going to be, like, sneaking in. I think they're going to get in.
I originally thought the same thing, but then they have no goaltending.
Yeah.
Their goaltending stinks.
Yeah, Nedeljkovic. What happened to Nedeljkovic?
I thought he was really good in Carolina.
He just had a horrible year, but I think this is the year they make it. It's Mo Sider, you got Lucas Raymond, you got Larkin. They break through. They break through this year. They got too much talent, and I think Stevie Y's got the vision.
It wouldn't surprise me. I think in 2 or 3 years they'll be legit, but it honestly wouldn't surprise me, like you said, if they sneak in the playoffs next year. Do you have Lalonde's hockey DB up there?
Yeah, I do.
Was he AHL coach for Tampa Bay? I'm pretty sure Stevie Y hired him as the AHL coach for them. So that's why I think he hired him for Red Wings.
It doesn't.
It's the Iowa Wild.
Yeah, Iowa
maybe
Wild.
not.
That must have been the Minnesota.
But
That's Minnesota,
Stevie
yeah.
Y and Lalonde definitely have some ties from Tampa. I know that for a fact.
Yeah, there's nothing. He was
Maybe he was an assistant.
He was just an assistant for 4 years in Tampa. I think probably Stevie Y hired him before
I'm
he
pretty
left.
sure he did. Yeah.
Because it says 2018,
he got hired. Yeah.
2019.
He got hired in 2018, 2019. That's when
2019.
Stevie Y was still
Stevie
there.
Y
he didn't
knows
have
what he's doing,
He didn't
man.
have much of a hockey career. He played for SUNY Cortland,
Yeah.
like ECH,
That's at D3.
ECAC. Yeah.
I won't hate on it.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying he just
Made it
doesn't
farther
have,
than
he
us.
doesn't have much. He doesn't have much hair. Like he was a head coach in the AHL, ECHL for the Toledo Walleye and Green Bay Gamblers of the USHL, but
Okay.
won a championship.
Gamblers?
There it goes. Yeah, the Gamblers.
Fucking gamblers.
To go back to San Jose, what we were talking about, it was Doug Wilson.
Okay, yeah, that's what
That's
I
who
thought.
I was thinking. I was like, Danny. I'm like, nah, that's not his name.
But yeah, Stevie Yzerman, best GM in the league. Detroit's gonna be back. Just wait. All right, in some pretty surprising news around the league, Philadelphia Flyers prospect Ivan Fedotov has been detained in Russia on charges of intending to forego military service. The 25-year-old goaltender was arrested Friday in St. Petersburg and taken to an Army enlistment office, according to reports. I mean, this is just a nightmare scenario. What's your boys' take on this?
I mean, it isn't just Russia. I think like Norway does that too. You have to like at least have 2 years of service. So that's why Nico Hischier had to go over.
Yep.
But like but the thing is, they're cool about it. Like Norwegians were cool about it. They're just like, oh yeah, you can just like, you don't have to actually serve. Just go to like basic training and then go back.
Yeah,
but
that
like
makes
they're trying to
sense.
make these dudes fight a war.
Yeah.
So it's like, dude, like there's no exceptions, no exemptions, dude. Like these guys are like getting drafted to go. Like this goalie is supposed to be like the next like guy for the Flyers, and they're about to do it. I don't know.
Yeah, so supposedly he's the top goaltending prospect in the world outside of the NHL. Potentially he was going to be the Flyers starting goalie next year. I think that's out the window. He was the starting goalie for Russia in the Beijing Olympics, and he led CSKA Moscow to the Gargan Cup in the KHL. So, yeah, this kid obviously had a bright future ahead of him, but now he's being forced to basically serve in the military. Russia is just so fucked. Like anything going on over there is just like they're just off on their own, on their own planet basically. Like they don't follow any rules that like the
No
rest
regulations,
of the world do.
nothing.
It's
Yeah.
nuts. His lawyer said that he actually became sick and was sent to a hospital after he was given some sort of injection. I mean, you're in the military, don't they? You have to get like boosters and stuff.
Oh,
but,
dude, yeah.
I mean, I don't know what's going on over
You
in
get them
Russia,
in
dude.
your arms, both your ass cheeks. Like it's bad. Like
Yeah.
you get a lot of shots.
So apparently he became like sick, was rushed to a hospital. I mean, just to give a little background on this, Russian men between the ages of 18 and 27 are subject to at least 1 year of mandatory military service. So that's why all this is going on. And then just breaking today, I heard that this is happening with Kirill Kaprizov too. He's trying to get the hell out of the country ASAP because, I guess there was something like he forged like a military ID saying that he served and he never did. So Kirill's on the hot seat too over in Russia.
He's
It's
not
nuts.
going back there.
No,
Not
he's
at,
stuck.
not at
He's
this.
stuck in Russia right now.
Who? Capril?
Yeah.
I thought he got in.
I heard reports that he wasn't back. Minnesota said he hasn't been back yet.
I thought he got in.
Yeah.
That's what I thought I
Dude.
saw.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. It's shady. It's shady. That's what it
He's
is.
gonna-
Oh, Russia shady, you don't say.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna end up like Malkin, like when Malkin was trying to defect.
Oh, God.
He was like hiding in a room and someone snuck him out of the room and he was on a boat, like they're
Yeah.
rowing the boat.
Didn't this happen with Sergei Fedorov too?
Probably,
Yeah.
yeah. Sergey was nasty. Yeah, no
Nasty.
wonder why Putin was like, nah. He's like, yo, Sergey, you're playing for my team over at the K and you're going to dish me all
Yeah.
these passes.
Or worse, could be like the Sergei Samsonov situation. I heard like his family was like killed by Russian government,
Yeah.
allegedly.
What about Panarin? Panarin a couple
Oh,
years
yeah.
ago,
He's been bad-mouthed in Russia for years.
he said something. He said
Specifically Putin.
like when he was over in like playing for the Rangers, and then they got through the grapevine, and then they were threatening his family, and he had to take leave. Remember, he
Yeah.
like couldn't play
Dude.
it. Yeah, I think he went back. But this kid, I got some stats for this kid, Fedotov.
Yeah.
Oh, he's nails. Yeah, from what I see here, every year, last 4 years, 2.08 goals against, 2.10, 2.21, 2.00 last year in the K. Nails. He's got a 9.19 save percentage. Like he's nice. Like no wonder why he's trying to get out of there. He's like, yeah, I'm not dying in Ukraine.
Yeah,
crazy.
It's like nuts, dude. Potentially going to the NHL, like living the dream, and then nope, you're being forced to serve in the military.
What Flyers luck? A steal in the 7th round.
Yeah, that is a steal. I guess he was like at a hockey rink too, and like military van just pulled up, friggin' ransacked him, tossed him in the van. Yeah, dude.
Oh my god,
nuts,
that's
dude.
nuts.
It's wild, dude.
Stories like that make me so grateful to be in the United States of America. Yeah, it's like, dude, like that's so insane.
Don't want to get too much into it. Yeah. You can say all the bad things you want about this country, but at least there's not stuff like this going on.
And like I love
everyone listen and be grateful.
I love
be grateful.
I've just saw this stat and I love it. His height is 6'6".
It's next Vassy.
That is big because that's how you make in the NHL. You're small. The only small goalie that makes it right now is Yusei Huso. I know Yusei Saros. He is nasty. That's why, like, he's just like not athletic. But 6'6", that's a first round ticket right there. I don't know how he's a 7th round pick.
That's a Vasilevsky build.
Yeah.
Russian too.
Right.
You know, those Russian goaltenders,
dude. Like, that's a Flyers luck right there.
I know, right?
So bad.
Big prospect about to come be their starting goalie.
That's probably why Russia wants him, because they're like, oh, 6'6", perfect.
Yeah. I guess, too, that, like, CSKA Moscow team is, like, funded by, like, the Russian army. Like, that's what it stands for, something like that.
Yeah, he played there 1 year, it says.
Yeah, last year, and they won, like, the KHL Cup, like, Gargan Cup, I guess.
Yeah, it doesn't say any win. Oh, he had 14 wins last year.
Nuts. Hope it all works out, dude. Hope to see him in the show. I mean, clearly he's, very talented guy. He deserves it. But it's the laws in Russia, I guess.
He waited too long. He's 25.
Yeah. Yeah, should have came over sooner.
Yeah,
right. All right. Moving on. In other news, Pittsburgh Penguins have re-signed goalie Casey DeSmith to a 2-year deal worth $1.8 million a year. DeSmith is 30 years old and was set to be a UFA this offseason. This move honestly surprises me. I want to hear your boys' thoughts on it first, though.
Yeah, like the Penguins' goaltending situation is kind of weird because Chichinjari can't stay healthy. He's a good goaltender, but he can't stay healthy. DeSmith hasn't really showed that. He's anything. He's a backup. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't really put him in, like, in big situations and stuff like that. And then you got that third string. What was his fucking name again? Like,
Domingue.
Louis Domingue. He's not going to get you anywhere, obviously. No. Like, but, yeah, like I agree. It's kind of like a weird, like, signing. I thought he's going to go somewhere else, but I don't know. Like, maybe he likes it there, and like maybe him and Tristan Jarry are good friends. But but the thing is, like, maybe he knows that he's gonna get the chances in Pittsburgh because Tristan Jarry just can't stay healthy.
I really like it because I said to you guys when we were talking, like, I think it was we were texting, like, whatever in our group, and we were like talking about goalies and like Oilers maybe or something, and I was like, I really like that kid DeSmith, like, and he was way down the list too. I think he's a solid goalie. Like, it's big to have an insurance policy back there, especially like when you got a guy like Jar who's kind of like, it seems like he's soft a little bit. Or like, he has his on and off nights too, like, but this kid, he really showed, before he got injured, man, like, I thought he was going to play well enough for the Panthers to advance against the Rangers that series, but like, he got hurt and Domingue came in, which he played really well too, but he's just he's not it for them. He honestly not bad. His career is .916 save percentage, 2.6 goals against. He's a 43-28 record in his career. Like, that's pretty good, I'd say, for a backup.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, it just surprises me because they still have Tristan Jarry, like you guys mentioned, who I'm assuming is going to be the starter next season. I definitely thought Casey DeSmith was going to go test the market and try and be a starting goaltender somewhere.
Yeah, thought so too.
$1.8 million a year, that's a steal for the Penguins. Absolute steal for signing him for that.
I was going to ask, how much did they pay him? 1.8?
Yeah.
How many years? 2.
Ooh. Next 2 years.
Yeah,
so,
he could have got paid.
So, I mean, yeah.
That's kind of nuts.
So, yeah, I guess, like you guys said, Jarry's been inconsistent, hasn't been able to stay healthy too much. They do have a solidified backup with Casey DeSmith. and signing him for less than $2 million a year, they still have $21 million remaining in cap space to go and try and sign Malkin and Letang.
Maybe that was part of the deal, but he's been in the system since he got drafted there. And he's been Wilkes-Barre 3-4 years and like back and forth, you know. And like he's definitely good enough. He could have went to Edmonton and got the bag.
That's what I'm saying. He could have went somewhere and definitely taken the reins as starting goaltender. Yeah. That's why it just surprised me that he settled to stay in Pittsburgh.
He must have,
and only got paid less than $2 million a year.
He's got the Penguins tattooed on his ass.
I guess.
Yeah,
so.
he must. It must be something with Pittsburgh. He likes being there. Maybe he sits next to Crosby in the locker room. I don't know. You know,
checks him out.
Yeah, he gets it when Crosby puts his jaw strap on. He's like, no, "Let's go."
He's got the golden piece.
Yeah, he gets to see him bend over.
Oh, dude, people would pay big money for fucking Sid's fucking sperm.
Yeah, maybe that's why. Maybe he's got pics on Sid. Yeah. That's why Sid's like, sign him. Make sure he's here.
Yeah, dismissed like this. He's just like,
he's like, yeah, you want me on the team, Sid? Yeah, okay.
He's selling his fucking like underwear and shit on eBay. He's making a killing.
Dude, look at this picture. He looks like he sniffs jocks.
Oh no, does he? You know how much girls would pay for fucking Sid's fucking undies, dude?
Yo, he went to UNH. He definitely got some niceys. He got niceys out there.
All right, so after stepping down as head coach of the Dallas Stars, Rick Bowness has been hired as the next head coach for the Winnipeg Jets. The Jets heavily pursued Barry Trotz, but he informed the team that he won't be coaching at all next year, so they had to settle for the next best thing, which was Rick Bowness. What's your boys' thoughts on Bowness going to Winnipeg?
I was completely shocked. I was huge on Trotzy going there, and I thought it was the other way around. I thought it was going to be Trotzy was going to go there, and then Bowness was going to take a couple of years off. But it just completely like flip-flopped.
Yeah, Bowness is 67. He's old too.
Yeah, so it's just like, I don't know. Like I mean, I don't hate the move. I think like both of those coaches were like good for like to fit the mold for that team, because the Winnipeg Jets, like, they have the talent, they have the offensive firepower, they have the goaltender. They need to make a little bit of moves for the decor or whatever, but all they really need is just like defensive structure. Like, they just need like a coach to come in that's defensive minded, like Bonuses and just like Trotzy. So like either one could have fit the mold, like I'm saying. But I think Bonus is gonna go in there and like I think he's gonna turn that team around. I think they're gonna be like at least second round team next year.
Okay.
Bonus. I mean, like, I guess it is a bonus. Getting bonus.
Nasty.
Yeah, but like
that was nasty.
Yeah, it was kind of nasty. Not gonna lie, but like, you obviously want Trotz, because Trotz is notorious for turning organizations around. Like, pretty much, literally, the Islanders smoked the Bruins in the conference final, or no, in the semis, right? And then went to
second round.
Yeah, and then ended up going to the conference finals, right, and losing to Tampa. Yeah. But like, and then he brought the Caps. He put the Caps over the top, literally. Like, just being there.
They couldn't make it past the second round.
And then he shows up and he goes, "Oh, hold my beer!" Like, and then they end up beating Vegas, which Vegas probably wasn't ready because it was their first year anyway. But like, it's crazy because he's from Winnipeg. So you would think this would be a perfect send-off tour for Barry.
Right? Yeah,
Barry comes here, goes to Winnipeg, turns the whole organization around, brings them the cup, maybe win it, and then goes, "Peace, deuces." But like, I mean, hey, like, I think they need like a legit. But I thought it's a good hire, Bonus, because he's gonna have the boys ready. He's probably gonna whip some ass out there, but. I don't know if they wanted to play for, what was his name that they got rid of?
Maurice.
Yeah, Maurice.
And then Lowry.
And then Lowry. His son was on the team. I would have freaking hated that too if I was on the team. But yeah, they'll probably play for Bonus. They underachieved last year. I don't really know what they were up to out there. I don't know why they didn't play as well. Blake Wheeler, it took him 40 games to score his first goal. Like, what's going on with that?
Kyle Connor had like a career year too.
Yeah, he scored all the goals friggin' Blake Wheeler should have had too, like half of them.
Trotzy turned down that free beer for life too, dude.
That's insane.
I don't know how you turn that down. That's nuts.
Yeah, that's kind of suspect.
What kind of beer was it?
It was like a local brewery. Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say
it's probably like IPAs and shit.
If it's Labatt Blue, he's getting shunned by Canada.
Oh yeah, that's like the Bud Light.
Yeah.
All I know is that for Rick Bowness, there's a lot of pressure heading into next season. The Jets finished 6th in the Central Division, failed to make the playoffs for the first time since the 2016-2017 season. Paul Maurice stepped down midway through the season, and there was talks that there was a lot of drama in that locker room last year. Guys just going at it, not wanting to be there. This team and their fan base expect to make the playoffs. That's what they've been. They've been a winning team for the past 5-6 years. In my opinion, they have the pieces of the puzzle. They just got to put it together. So, Bonus, hopefully you're good at putting puzzles together. What do you boys think? Does Winnipeg make the playoffs next year?
Yeah, I already said second round. I think they go second round.
Oh, yeah, they're definitely a playoff team. They're good enough. They got all the talent. They have the goaltending. It might be a lack of motivation, or they're just like maybe not heavy on the back end because they have the forwards. They have the two-way forwards. Yeah. It's just, what do they have the number one D-man back there? I haven't seen it.
Yeah. I think a lot of drama in the locker room and the media really sidetracked that team last year. I think they were kind of just out of it mentally. Bonus, though, coming in, he's got plenty of experience. He formerly coached the original Winnipeg Jets before they relocated, the Dallas Stars, Bruins, Sens, Islanders, and the Coyotes. So if anyone can pull this team together, I think Rick Bowness is that guy.
He really cares a lot, too. You can tell, like, when Dallas was going through it, like, mid-season, maybe quarter of the way, 3/4 of the way, they lost a game. He's smashing sticks off the boards. Like, he's still on the bench. Like, there's no one on the bench. He's, like, smashing sticks. I'm like, love to see it out of a 67-year-old. Barry Trotz is 59. It's like, dude, like,
I thought he was a lot older.
Yeah, he's only 59 from what I saw here. When you said 67, I was like, how old's Barry Trotz? He's 59. But, like, and Barry Trotz is won the Jack Adams 2 years, like 2016 and 2019. Like, I don't know why he's hanging him up. He could definitely help out any organization, I would think.
Absolutely. For Phillip Myers and Grant Mismack, Tampa Bay dealt McDonough to clear up cap space as they were over the $82.5 million cap limit, and McDonough's contract had 4 years remaining at $6.75 million a year. Tough move to make, but at the end of the day, it's a business. What's your boys' thoughts on McDonough being dished to Nashville?
Yeah, it's a business, and I think Nashville got a lot better with that move. Him and Yossi are going to be the head of that D-core, which is big. I really didn't like the move for the Lightning because the Lightning really got nothing back.
Who the hell's Phillip Myers and Grant Mismack?
Yeah, it doesn't I don't know.
Who the hell is that?
Ryan McDonough is at least like a second, third round like trade, and with some decent players. I don't know what I guess the Lightning were just need to get rid of him because they knew, like you said, they're over that cap and they just need to get rid of him, whatever. But Predators won this trade by a landslide.
Yeah, I'll tell you why they made this move. They need to re-sign a clutch player, especially in the playoffs. His name's Andre Palat. He was expected to be a UFA this year. They need to clear up some space to re-sign him, and with this move, they'll be able to do so. McDonough, though, he's a huge piece on that Tampa Bay team, winning back-to-back Cups and going to 3 straight. He was traded from the New York Rangers in 2018, and he just had a significant role in that team. I mean, I've never seen a guy block as many shots as Ryan McDonough has.
Yeah, he's a beast. He's such a beast.
I don't hate the move because the way Ryan McDonough looked in the Stanley Cup, he looked a step behind and a little bit over his head. I saw there's a few times where he just couldn't get the puck out, getting wheeled behind the net, all series too. He just couldn't keep up. This Phillip Myers kid, he's good measurables. He's 6'5", 210, 25 years old. Could be maybe they're trying to look for another Hedman type. But, I mean, he's been in the league only 3 years, and he's played for the Flyers, Preds. 142 games played. He's only at 33 points, but it seems like he just really can't find anywhere to play. He can't find a spot. But, I mean, there was one – the Flyers, you're going to be on there. You're not going to have any good stats anyway. But, hey, I mean, we'll see. Like you said, it was a cost-saving move. They're probably going to re-sign Palat. But their defense, I think they're fine with their D, though. They're not really, he's kind of an addition. And what's McDonough, 35?
Yeah, he's definitely
there's no need to have. He's got a huge contract until he's 40.
Yeah, in other news with the Tampa Bay Lightning, they also re-signed forward Nick Paul to a 7-year extension worth $3.15 million a year. I think that's an absolute steal.
Yeah, nasty.
Re-signing Nick Paul. The fact that they got him at the deadline from Ottawa for a legit bag of pucks and then the impact he made on that team immediately was unbelievable. I mean, he's just a perfect fit for Tampa Bay. He's a guy night in, night out. He's going to grind. He's going to work his balls off. He's going to get in the corners for you, and that's kind of what the Lightning were lacking a little bit. They have the skill, they have the finesse, but they needed someone like Paul who can do the nitty gritty. He really turned it on in the playoffs too, big time performer, and he's going to help Tampa Bay contend for another cup next year.
Yeah, he's literally some more just like finesse. I guess you can say like Patty Maroon. He gets in the corners, gets dusts it up in the corners. Whatever, like just does all the nitty gritty shit, like you said, and just like can bury goals. He just more opportune than Patty Maroon. That's all it is. Like there's like a slight little difference between them.
Yeah, I mean you can tell he wanted it bad too in that playoffs. Like he was going, balls to the walls. Like I said, I mean that's just a guy I'd love to have on the Bruins. And I think that's exactly.
Yeah, this is where I was going with that. I love Nick Paul. Like you guys watching the games with me, I'm like, yo, Nick Paul, let's go.
Yeah, Vinny literally had Lubriderm. Like
yeah. Hey, but
under
like
the blanket.
the thing is, like I see how I call. He's legit. The kid gets his nose dirty. He's not scoring the prettiest goals, but he's scoring goals and he's getting points. And he's doing whatever it takes. Nick Paul, hell of a signing, but let's deal with the Bruins. Got to deal with the Senators and let's get Josh Brown. You need a forward. Like what's that? You know what I mean? Like
this would have been the perfect guy.
Like we go and get 2 defensemen. No, we got Lampus. What are you doing? Or Hampus. What are you doing?
Krampus.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Another signings around the league. The Vancouver Canucks re-signed forward Brock Besser to a 3-year deal worth $6.65 million a year. Only 25 years old, very talented player. Would have loved to see him in Boston as well. The Canucks, they're just continuing to try and get back into playoff contention. Besser had 23 goals, 23 assists last season. Thoughts on Besser re-signed with Vancouver?
Yeah, he's a hell of a player. It's just the Canucks just need to figure it out. They're literally just like the Winnipeg Jets. Like they're just like 2 teams that are just built to be a playoff team every year, but they're just not just didn't get production from like the top end guys. Like Elias Pettersson didn't have a great season. There's other guys too. I can't really think off the top of my head right now, but Brock Besser, like you read off his stat line, he was like the one guy that was actually like putting the puck in the net, producing and everything. So yeah, he deserves that signing. And yeah, I wish we could have took a splash on him, but Don Sweeney doesn't know fucking anything.
He doesn't know his ass from his elbow. Yeah. So what'd you say the numbers were?
3 years, $6.65 million a year.
Honestly, they should have gave him like 6 years. Because he's young still. He's only 25. Yeah, what are you going to have him hit the market in 3 years? He's going to get paid again. What are you going to pay him again? Yeah, I mind. But he was pretty steady. He's been steady his whole career. Like nothing crazy with points though. His highest point total is 56. But like he's sturdy. His defense needs some work. He's been minus like every year, but that might say a lot about his team because he's on the Nucks, but they definitely have a core. They're teetering like on the playoff line. Like they're like right here. They're like, this is the playoff line. They're like right. They should be. They got too much talent. They got Elias Pettersson, Quinn Hughes. Yeah, you read my mind. That's who I was thinking of. And then JT Miller. Like these guys are like in their primes. They got to make a run. They got Bruce. Bruce did it again. What do they say? Bruce, there it is. Yeah,
Bruce, there it is.
Yeah, no, that's a good coach too. Like, but I mean, we'll see. Their goaltending, I don't think it's that great that I'm thinking of.
No, it's Thatcher Demko.
Oh, they do. Yeah, no, they do have Demko. But hey, they might have to get another guy. Not to start, but like they need double-headed monster out there. That's just how it works.
Yeah, I think Demko is playing almost like 70
that's what I'm saying. And
I think Halak's their backup.
Oh god.
Yeah, I think back over there.
He's washed up. But like this guy, he gets hurt a lot too. I think the most games he played was this year was 71, and the rest were like 69, then like 62, whatever, 50s. So he's got to stay healthier just to help the boys out. But he's young, like I would have gave him 6.
Yeah. I mean, the Nucks got off to a slow start this year, and then they really picked it up in the second half when Bruce came in and took over. So, I expect them to be in the playoffs next year. Like you guys said, they have the talent, they got the goaltending, they got the forwards. Defense probably needs to tighten up a little bit, but it's a good move for the Nucks to get back on track, to get back into playoff contention. Don't think they've been in the playoffs since I can't even remember when. Probably 2011. They lost in the cup? I don't know. It's been a while.
Yeah,
it's been a while. They've been rebuilding for a bit.
Yeah, since the Sedins left, they've been in trouble.
Yep. In the first blockbuster trade of the summer, the Minnesota Wild have traded pending RFA Kevin Fiala to the LA Kings for a 2022 first-round pick and prospect Brock Faber from Minnesota. The Kings then signed Kevin Fiala to a 7-year deal worth $7.8 million a year. Kevin Fiala is coming off a big season where he posted a career high with 33 goals and 85 points. Boys, what's the thought on the trade? Fiala to LA.
I like it on both ends. Kevin Fiala, big year, and the Kings just keep on adding on to like such a good team, dude. Like they're gonna be one hell of a hockey team next year. Like they took
Edmonton.
It took Edmonton to 7 and probably should have won that series. And then I also like Brock Faber. That he's a young defenseman. He's just going to develop. And I think going into that Wild team again is hungry, but hopefully Kirill Kaprizov can fucking invade the Russian government and go and get back over to Minnesota. But I kind of like both. I like both moves on both sides.
The Kings, like they snuck in last year, lost to the Oilers. I had the Kings winning because they play a tough style of hockey, but they're also like put the puck in the net, like Kempe. They have Deneau. They got Anzi. Their goaltending is just a question mark to me. I like it, like, because Minnesota's kind of, like, I don't like it for Minnesota, if you ask me, because this guy, he's only 25 years old, played 82 games last year, 85 points. He might have fell off in the playoffs a little bit. He only had 3 assists in 6 games, but hey, man, like, that's a stepping stone. You guys get in there, and then, like, you guys want to run it back. They might have been, like, him and Kirill might have been hungry, but just the Kings are just going to load up a little bit more and maybe get some more scoring in there. And they're a young, promising team, the Kings. Don't sleep on them. Like, I like them. Cal Peterson's just got to make that step and beat out Johnny Quick for that job. And, like, Johnny Quick, like, he's good, but, like, he took a couple steps back from what I saw last year.
For sure.
And he's just not seeing it anymore. Like he's won his cups, like, nothing to hate on. I'm just saying, like, it happens to everybody.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's often you get to say this, but I do think both sides made out pretty well in this deal. I mean, you got the Wild, who just got, a first-round pick in this year's draft, and a promising young defenseman from the University of Minnesota and Brock Faber. And then you look at the LA Kings, and they just added another weapon to their arsenal. It adds more depth to that forward group of Kopitar, Kempe, Phillip Deneau, Iafallo, Arvidsson. And they have some young studs who are looking to make a big jump next year with Quentin Byfield and Arthur Kaliev. Those guys can really step in, and if they can get to that next level, Kings are going to be a problem next year.
Right.
Like you guys said, they took Edmonton to 7 games, had them on the verge of elimination, up 3-2, just couldn't put them away. The Kings are back, and the future is really bright in LA. Mm-hmm. And I got a hot take for you. The Kings win the Pacific Division next year. I think they take it home.
I like that.
I think the Flames are going to fall off the wagon here because Johnny Hammond-Chi, I don't know if he's coming back.
He's getting
Calgary,
the bag. He's getting
right?
the bag.
Who knows what headspace Markstrom's going to be in after that friggin' brutal playoff performance against Edmonton. That was bad. You got Edmonton. They have no goaltender right now.
Right.
They're in trouble. Knights, Bruce could put them back on the saddle, and they could win that division. Then you got the Nucks and the Ducks. I think the Kings might be the best of that bunch. I think they take the Pacific.
The only thing I'd be worried about with that bet is the Knights. Because the Knights I might pencil, because of Bruce Cassidy might put them over the top, pencil them in for the conference finals. I know it's early, but
who's their goalie, though? They're rolling with Leonard?
I don't know, dude.
Or that young kid that they had.
Like
Stevie McPherson.
You got my brain cooking with the Calgary with the Markstrom thing? Husso.
Yeah, Husso. I heard Edmonton's looking at Husso.
Throw the bag, man.
Yeah.
They need it.
He's gonna be a big pickup for someone.
Somebody. Yeah,
So
dude. I can't believe he's a free agent.
nuts.
If I'm the Blues, I'm like,
They're rolling with Benner. That's their guy.
I don't know.
So the NHL announced its 2022 Hall of Fame inductees, and the class is headlined by Roberto Luongo, the Sedin twins, Hedrick and Daniel, and Danny Alfredson. What's your boys' thoughts on the latest inductees to the National Hockey League Hall of Fame?
Yeah, all those guys deserve to be in there. You got Roberto Luongo, you got the Sedin sisters. And then
How's your sister?
No, but Danny Alfredson, that's the one guy that really stands out to me. He was such a legend, dude.
Yeah, Dan.
I love
Alf.
dude, when he played like those years in the Senators, dude, like that was like when I first got introduced to the game of hockey, and I watched him and like Jason Spezza just fucking light it up in Ottawa, and man, and then he ended up going over to the Red Wings, playing with Datsuk and everything. Like had a little run there too. Like he just played the game the right way. He just was like two-way guy, like hard nosed, scored goals, which is like a natural born leader. He was literally like captain and assistant captain for two teams. Like he's like the most deserved person out of that whole Hall of Fame class, in my opinion.
Yeah, the Sedins, yeah, they're gonna make it. They're like the Peyton Mannings of the regular season. They just put up massive numbers. I can't hate like Hendrik Soderberg. You guys say that?
No,
he did not make it. Is that Snubsky? It looks like I'm looking at the ballot. I'm looking at the ballot right now. I don't have like the ones that made it.
Yeah, no,
but like
he didn't make it.
Yeah, and then I got.
And I guess this guy Maligny, he played a little before us. I guess everyone's saying he got snubbed big time.
Yeah, he was dirty.
He played for the Oilers back in the day.
Yeah, he won Mad Cups.
Yeah.
I'm looking. I don't see him here. Gianta's on here. Kunitz, Ricky Nash. Pominville,
Anton Vermette's on there.
Yeah,
that's sick.
Radim Verbata, yeah. I don't see him, but like Scott Hartnell's on here, Mike Fisher. I'm not gonna name all of them, but hey, I mean, good for all of them. I mean, they all deserve it. I mean, I'm just glad we beat them in the cup. That was heat, very heat.
Very.
But yeah, I mean, good for all of them. That's awesome. Can't really hate on the Hall of Famers because they all deserve it at this point. I heard, what's his name? Who's the one that played for the Devils? I'm blanking on his name. Patrick Elias got snubbed.
Yeah.
That is criminal. So if you ask me.
Sorry to correct myself. The guy I was thinking of was Alexander McGillney. He was actually the first NHL draftee to defect from the Soviet Union to go play for the NHL in North America. He played for the Buffalo Sabres for a majority of his career. That's what I was thinking of.
It's a different guy.
Everyone's saying he was a big snub. But yeah, I didn't see the full list of
I was just looking at it.
But yeah, some of those guys, dude, had some big careers.
Alfredson's in?
Yeah, he got in.
Yeah, he's a stick.
Danny.
He's nasty.
He's a stick. Wrong sport, bud.
Yeah. No, they got sticks in there. No, Milgilny.
Yeah,
Milgilny. I can't even speak anymore. Dude, I'm fucking believable, dude.
Really?
Dude, he, like, I guess they said he was like the video game before the video game.
Yeah.
From what I heard, like, and I watched highlights of him. He's like Evgeny Malkin before Evgeny Malkin.
Everyone was up in arms that he didn't get put in the Hall of Fame this year.
That's criminal. It's just because he played for the Sabres, dude. Like, that's pretty much it. And he played with Timo, I think. Oh, no, he did not. I'm looking here. It's like, he tied him for 76 goals in a season.
No, wow.
76 goals in 1 year.
He needed 77.
He finished with 127 points in 1 year. Are you kidding me? And he's not in.
Decent.
Like, dude, what the hell is all this? Like, how doesn't Zetterberg get in? Elias. How doesn't Elias
got Elias? He won a couple cups, didn't he?
Yeah, I think he won 3.
Yeah, dude. Like, what's going on? What's up with all this? Patrick Elias, 408 goals, 1,000 points, 0.8 points per game, 2 Worlds, 2-time Stanley Cup champ, first team NHL All-Star, 920-plus goal seasons. What else you got to do?
Right? I guess they're picky about who gets in the Hall of Fame.
Dude, I don't know how the hell you're picky. Like, Vincent Lecavalier is not in. Like, what's going on?
Sergei Gonchar didn't get in either.
Marcus Naslin was nasty
Timmy
too.
T's on the ballot.
Timmy T. No, they're just like saying like who should be. Keith Kachuk's not in. No way. 538 goals, 1,000 points. What the hell is going on here?
That's
What
nuts.
is it? What is this like? What is going on here? Was this the country club you can't get in?
No kidding.
Like,
But I mean, no discredit to those guys who did get in. You got Bobby Lou, Roberto Luongo, unreal goaltender, both in the Olympics and in NHL. The Sedins, did a lot for the organization of Vancouver. I mean, and they still are. They're in the front office now, front office roles with the Nucks. And then Danny Alfredson, absolute legend. Just goes to show, though, how great of a team the 2011 Bruins were, beating the Canucks, because they had 3 future Hall of Famers on that team. Nuts.
It's just, like, it's not that, like, they don't deserve to be in. It's like, these other guys, like, why, like, make the list longer at this point? You know what I mean? Like, all these guys deserve to be in. Put in, like, if there's 8 that deserve to be in, put in 8. Because Chris Osgood's on here with 401 wins, 50 shutouts, 3 times Stanley Cup,
cups,
3 cups, 2 Jennings
He's a
Trophy
backup
winners.
on one, but
But like
yeah.
he was 401 wins. That might be more than Tuukka Rask.
I mean,
Tuukka's never going to sniff the Hall of Fame. A lot of people are going to hate me saying that.
But he has more wins than any Bruins goalie ever. So it's like,
Yeah, all I care about is accolades around here. The Canucks take your Hall of Famers. We'll take the cup.
Yeah, right. Facts.
All right, why don't we recap this year's Stanley Cup Finals? Just to recap our records throughout the playoffs, Bob led the pack at 10-5 with this series predictions. Myself, I was 9-6, and Snipsky 7-8. Jay Butts 5-10. He still owes us a TikTok and the Nips Pearson. You can talk to him about that.
Yeah, we're not associated with that.
The Avs, though, dethroned the back-to-back champions, Tampa Bay Lightning, winning their first Stanley Cup in nearly 2 decades. What was your thoughts on the Avs taking it home?
Yeah, like at the end of the day, they're just the better team. That game 6, that third period was like just the most dominant fashion I've ever seen.
There was blood in the water, dude.
And
the Avs were just sharks, dude. They were like, we're not letting them get by. No way.
It was so insane. Like, they only had let up 3 shots on net or something. And like, dude, like I think like low key, they're like, all right, Darcy Kemper has been super fucking shaky this whole entire like Stanley Cup final. We just can't let the Lightning get any shots. Yeah,
they weren't even gonna give the Lightning a chance, dude. They could sniff it. They just wanted it more. I mean, they were the better team, like you said, hands down. Avalanche were the better team. They were a wagon all year long. 119 points in the regular season. I mean, it was no fluke. They had a dominant run this playoff, 16-4 throughout the playoffs.
Had 1 road loss or something.
Yeah, I think they lost 1 game on the road. It was pure dominance, and I don't think we've seen anything like this in a long time. Jared Bednar is the first coach to win a Stanley Cup, Calder Cup, and Kelly Cup.
Oh, wow. He won ECHL one?
Yeah.
Nasty.
You got to just give credit where credit's due. This team was last place in the Central Division like 5 or 6 years ago when they had 48 points. They were putrid. Yeah. I mean, and they built this team from the ground up. You got to respect that. They just deserved it. Eric Johnson, Landeskog, McKinnon, Makar, all draft picks by the Avs. They drafted well. They built this team from the ground up, and they were just the best team, hands down. I'll give them credit. I hate on the Avs almost all year long, but I'm a man, and I'll own up to what I said. Yeah. And the Avs, hats off to you guys. You guys deserved it. It was a hell of a run.
Joe Sakic, baby.
Yeah, the Avs played unreal. The real turning point for me in that series was the Kadri goal in OT. I mean, that could have went either way, but I mean, obviously I was rooting for the too many men. That's really that. Like, if you got possession of the puck and you got 7 guys on the ice, the whistle has to be blown. But anyway, that was where it really changed for me. The Avs definitely wheeled the Tampa like most of the series, but there was times where Tampa could have, turned the tides a little bit, but didn't take actual. They didn't take the bull by the horns, I would say, But Vazzy played well. It was times where there was the defense didn't play up to par. I think that was where the Ryan McDonough trade really came into fruition for them because they realized some of the guys were too old. They couldn't keep up. But Avalanche outskated them, did everything. So hats off to them. Cale Makar really fucked us all over the series.
Oh, dude. I mean, I mentioned the guys that they drafted. I mean, obviously those guys were huge pieces in this cup run, but the deadline moves really paid off for the Avalanche. I mean, they acquired Josh Manson. He was a massive piece for them in the playoffs.
He played unbelievable.
Cogliano, who they just re-signed for another year.
Him,
Lehkonen, he ended up scoring the game-winning goal in Game 6. And even like JT Compher, dude, those moves, I mean, they nailed it. I mean, they didn't have to give up too much for those guys, and those guys are like, one of the main reasons that they went out and won that cup. Without any of those guys, if they don't make, just one of those moves, I don't think they win the cup.
Yeah, like the Avalanche's front office, I wish we fucking had that in Boston. Joe Sakic just
talk about making the right moves. Too,
he made the right moves, and he's won a couple cups as a player for Colorado, and then he just like engineered his own team to win it. Like that's like, I don't know, I'm pretty sure he's already in the Hall of Fame, but like they should be double Hall of Fame for him. Like after what he just did for the city of Colorado, unbelievable.
That's why I put so much emphasis on the trade deadline. Like when we say, "Oh, let's trade for Andrew Kopp," this, that, and the other thing. Like you gotta hit a home run there. Like especially if you're a playoff team, like that's huge. Like you see what Colorado did, you see what Tampa did, hit a couple home runs at the draft. I mean at the trade deadline. I'm sorry, but like we did, but like we hit one home run, but that was a long-term move. It wasn't a right now move.
Yeah, like a rental.
Yeah,
like because like trade deadline is a huge thing, but like, you just gotta like pick the right pieces. Like, for example, like the Rangers, they grabbed Andrew Kopp as like a rental. Like they don't even know if they're actually gonna sign him back, but and he was a great pickup. Yeah. He was a huge piece of the like for them even making it to as far as they did. So yeah, and then the Avalanche, like we said, just like Josh Manson, Cogliano, like Lehkonen, and all those dudes are just like unbelievable moves. Like all three of them had a factor in winning the cup.
The Bruins deadline move was a "don't fire me" move. That's the difference.
Yeah, it was a panic.
It was "don't fire me, I'm doing my job" move. It's not, "well, we're gonna win the cup this year with this move." There's a difference, and it's pathetic.
Yeah, I mean, you got to credit the Avs front office for making those splashes, and obviously it paid off for them. But all the respect to Colorado. But just as much respect to Tampa Bay, dude, for putting up one hell of a fight. I mean, that list of injuries came out for Tampa Bay, and it's nuts. I mean, Braden Point had a torn quad, tried playing through it. Kucherov had an MCL injury in his knee. Sorelli played with a sprained AC joint in his shoulder. Bellemare had a meniscus injury. Hagel had a foot fracture that he played through. Nick Paul had a sprained AC joint as well and an MCL sprain. And Corey Perry also had a sprained AC joint. Like those guys playing through those type of injuries, just like literally putting their body on the line. I mean, tons of respect to Tampa Bay.
Yeah, and John Cooper had a toothache.
Yeah, they that's what you get for playing so much hockey the last couple of years too. Like they've been emptying the bucket every year pretty much. Like it's gonna catch up to you eventually.
Oh yeah. I mean, obviously their reign on top had to end at some point. They played the most hockey out of any team in the league over the past 3 years. This reign of terror from the Lightning, though, can't go unforgotten. Lightning will always be a dynasty regardless of the results from this year. I mean, they played in 6 conference championships in the past 8 years. They had 11 straight playoff series victories, back-to-back cups, 3 straight finals appearances. I mean, you compare that to the other so-called dynasties that we've seen recently, win multiple cups like the Blackhawks, the Kings, the Penguins, but the Lightning were by far more impressive of a run. None of those other teams were as consistent as Tampa Bay was, and it's really hard to be that consistent in the NHL, and they say that the Stanley Cup's the hardest trophy to win for a reason.
Yeah, longevity rules. You see Valerie Nichushkin's foot?
His foot was
he broke his foot in like half, and he still finished. Crazy.
I mean, it's easy to hate on teams that win, and that's kind of what we saw. Like everyone in the hockey world wanted Colorado to win. They wanted to see Tampa Bay finally lose. But you got to respect the Lightning's dominance over the past like half a decade. And Stamkos said it best. Who said we're done? Yeah. Right? Everyone's counting out Tampa Bay, and he's like, who says we're done, dude? They're going to run it back next year. You kidding me?
That's like the most Tom Brady thing I've ever heard. He's like, we're not done yet. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're going to be like the next Patriots.
He sounds like the Terminator.
Yeah, I mean, honestly,
I'll be back.
Like, not to make excuses, but like, the bounces didn't go Tampa Bay's way. The calls didn't go their way, and they were still right there. I mean, they could have easily. They lost 2 games in overtime in the finals.
Right.
1 or 2 of those games goes their way. We're probably talking about a different story here. We're talking Tampa Bay three-peat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Patty Maroon. Sorry, man. It had to come to an end eventually. 3 straight cups for him. You know what it was?
Poor Patty.
Yeah, right. The no cup parade for him this year. He's probably pissed. You know why, though? It's because of Corey Perry. That guy's cursed. He's lost 3 in a row.
He's a mush.
Yeah.
Mush.
Watch, he's gonna win next year.
You got legit. Yeah, he's gonna join
He's
the
gonna
Avs.
sign the Avs. Yeah, sign with the Avs.
You legit have like opposite ends of the spectrum here. You got Patty Maroon won 3 in a row. Corey Perry lost 3 in a row. It's like, yikes, dude.
He probably was sitting across from the locker room going into that third period in Game 6. He's like, fuck.
He's like, dude, not again. I can't go through this again. Everyone just looking over at him. It's like, dude, I knew we shouldn't have signed this guy.
Yeah.
Oh, Corey's like, I knew they won 2. I shouldn't have came here. They
Guys-
already won 2.
Guys gotta go see like a friggin' like witch doctor
Yeah,
or something. Get the
psychologist,
demons released from him.
He's lucky he won that cup with the Ducks because he'd be like, imagine if he was just trying to get a cup, like 1 cup, he'd be pissed. You know what I mean? Like, I would just hang him up after this.
Yeah, is he gonna hang him up though? You think he's back?
Nah, he's probably gonna play again. He's a psycho. He's probably gonna do another year.
You know what I mean? He needs a slump buster, dude. You gotta take one for the team.
Yeah, he does. He does.
They just get some beluga with Corey, this is all you, man. You gotta do it.
Sacrificial lamb.
Nasty.
Also, Cale Makar, no discredit to him. We gotta talk about him. He became the youngest player to win the Conn Smythe in 52 years since Bobby Orr won the award just at 22 years old in 1970. Makar had 29 points in 20 games. That was the 3rd most points this season, this postseason, behind McDavid and Draisaitl, which is nuts that they finished 1 and 2 after only playing 3 series. That just shows how dominant they were. But I mean, dude, Cale Makar, he also won the Norris this year. 23 years old. I mean, how special is this kid?
Yeah, like he's Bobby Orr 2.0. Like the way he skates, moves the puck, just everything he does is so dynamic. He's a generational talent. Honestly, you heard me in the last episode. Like, I didn't really agree with him winning the Norris, but good for him, man. Like that's like a hell of a feat. Like Conn Smythe winner, fucking everything, dude. He literally won everything you can as a defenseman. Like he literally just whatever you think in your head is the perfect defenseman, like the perfect season for a defenseman, he just had it.
He had it. Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
Norris, Conn Smythe, Stanley Cup,
Hobie Baker not too long ago as
Yeah.
well, dude. He's got to make some room on the mantle for all that hardware. Jeez, dude. Cale Makar, I mean, that kid's potential is literally the sky. I mean, who knows what that kid's going to be capable of in his career. Like, he's going to be fun to watch.
He still has at least how long has he been in the league? 3 years? 3 years?
Not long, yeah.
He probably has another 16. You know what I mean? Like, what the hell is he gonna do? What else is he gonna do?
Yeah, I mean, how do you even go up from here? He's already won almost every major award, dude. It's nuts. I mean, Cale Makar, geez, dude. Have yourself a season, young man.
Yeah, for real. Video game numbers.
Also, I think one of the best parts too to cap the year is the parade and just post celebration after winning the cup. And the Avs had a hell of a time. The cup took a beating, dude. The thing was dented 5 minutes in after winning it. Who was that guy? Abu Kabo?
It was Abe Kubel.
Abe Kubel just comes in hot with the cup, dents the hell out of it.
Yeah, and Kaji's reaction was dude, everyone was what the fuck?
And then McDermott was in the club raising it over his head and he fell back. Dude.
Nasty.
He's probably hammered.
Yo, dude, that was big tree fall down. He's 6'6" or something.
He's
a big dude. And that thing, yo, did you see after he fell down, the keeper of the cup, the dude with the blonde hair, he came over, he grabbed it from him. He's like, yo, dude, this ain't it.
That dude has the best job, but also probably the most stressful job of all time. So you just gotta follow that thing around with a bunch of drunk idiots who just want partying their asses off.
You think he drinks with them?
No,
I bet not. He's on the clock.
Oh, true.
It's his job. Yeah.
Yeah, that guy seems like a hardo, dude. And that's the perfect guy for
There's
the job.
There's another guy with him too. I saw.
Yeah, there's one guy that helps him move and polish it, but that guy's the main guy. The blonde. What's the fuck's his name, dude?
I forget. Yeah. But he legit can't keep his eye off the cup. He has to have his eye on it at all times. I can't even go take a piss.
He's like the pit boss, and then the Stanley Cup's like a stripper. You know what I mean? You're with the Stanley Cup, and one guy's just looking at you hey, it's a museum, don't touch. You know what I mean?
His name is Phil Pritchard.
Oh, nasty.
The Cup's main escort, known as the keeper of the Cup, Phil Pritchard. He's been looking after the Cup since December of 1988.
Wow.
Embarking on his 26th year with the Hockey Hall of Fame, which serves as the home to the Cup on the rare day that's not traveling. So easily got to spend all summer now just going around with this Cup. There's all these different guys.
Yeah,
like,
that's where he makes all his money is the summer, just like whoever wins the Cup.
It's nuts.
That's pretty cool.
But yeah, dude, there were some hilarious moments. Bo Byram in the parade not being recognized by the police. They thought he was just like some fan running in the road. Like, you got to get out of here, buddy.
Yeah,
Everyone's
I saw
like,
that video.
he's a player.
Yeah, that cop looked like an idiot. He was like some stupid ass bike cop, like not like not a motorcycle, like a bicycle cop. He like went over. And he's like, hey, you gotta get over that. He's like, Bo Byram does look like he's like 12.
Yeah,
dude, he was like he looked super young, hat backwards, like well whatever. And then he was double fisting like Coors Lights. He just turned like 21 apparently 2 weeks before.
Nasty.
And whatever. And then they're like, he's a player. And he goes, oh, you're on the team. He goes, yeah, I'm Bo Byram. He goes, oh, go back up there. And they go back up the float.
But
stupid.
The thing is, though, if before you're a cop and you try to make yourself look dumb like that, don't you go over to like somebody on the team who's like, hey, you know that guy? And then that person's like, yeah, that's Bo. He's on the team. All right, fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't like go up and confront somebody you don't even like. No, you know what I mean?
The other crazy thing, the other crazy thing about it too is that he was wearing his jersey. It was literally a game worn jersey and had the Stanley Cup emblem on it. Had his Byram on the back, number 4. It's like, dude, he's clearly on the team. They don't sell those
yet.
Like, yeah. It's like, dude, where do you think you can get that jersey?
Dude, imagine the cop just sacked him. Just in the middle of the street, just like
I wouldn't be surprised nowadays with the fucking like how they like I don't know, cops just think they're I don't know the shit.
And then another thing was Nazem Kadri being an absolute troll. He had a shirt that said "Too many men" on it.
Yeah, he had it made, I guess.
Yeah, I guess he had it made. So someone asked him, was like, "Oh, was that given to you?" He was like, "No, I made it." And this is actually an awesome thing about it. He then raised a bunch of money from selling those shirts and then donated it all to like one of his foundations, which I thought was pretty cool.
He is a good dude. He's just a rat on the ice.
Yeah, he's a troll, dude. You know what I mean? He just loves to get under people's skin, loves people to hate him. Dude, his interviews in Game 6, like in between periods, I asked him, he was like, "Oh, how's it feel to like be back out there?" He's like, "Oh, the ice is dog shit." But other than that, like he's just chirping Tampa's home ice. And then what'd he say? He was like, "Oh, all the people that like doubted me, like, you know, go screw yourself," basically. Yeah. Nasty.
I mean, he's like Marchand, but we love Marchand because he plays here. Yeah. But like, you know what I mean? Same type of deal, you know?
Dude, Kadri, Marchand, if he ends up in Boston next year,
be the most hated team in like the whole entire
like the
world.
Bash Brothers.
I would have liked Kadri. I just hate him because he was a Leaf, dude. That was the worst.
Yeah, he was worse on the Leafs. All right, I think that about wraps up our Stanley Cup Finals recap. I think it's time now for one of our final segments of the day, and that's Bob's Fun Fact of the Day. Bob, why don't you take us away?
All right, guys. What do you think is the hardest like place to get into, acceptance-wise?
Like a school?
Yeah.
Like what school?
Yeah, what school?
Harvard?
Yeah. So what do you think is harder to get into than Harvard, non-school-wise? Like, what do you think, like, as a job?
I don't know, like federal agent?
What do you think, Vinny?
Maybe I'm trying to think. Something like to do with like CIA or something. Did you say that?
Secret Service. Yeah. Secret Service.
That's Walmart.
No, what?
Harvard might be hard to get into with a 4.5% admittance rate, but try this one for size, bud. Only 2.6% of Walmart applicants are accepted. How about them apples? Now we realize that this comparison isn't exactly flawless, but you have to admit that is a funny fact. Isn't that crazy, dude?
Only 2.6% of people who apply to Walmart get hired.
Yeah, like I don't get why that's even like you can't even become like a cashier or just like a janitor.
I've gone into Walmart. There's absolute pigeons working in there. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I went before the Myrtle trip.
People there are legit out to lunch.
Dude, it's nuts. I went in there like
to get paid like $15 an hour.
I walked into Walmart before the Myrtle trip to get travel sizes, like shit, like just like toothpaste, like whatever, like stuff to shave with. I walk in there and I'm just like, get me the hell out of here. Like, you know what I mean? Right away, dude. Just like, it's like the worst mistake walking in there.
Creatures in Walmart.
Yeah. It's crazy.
That's not worth it.
You know what gets me every time too? I walk into Walmart and you just smell like Subway. And for some reason,
dude, makes you want to gag.
I don't know. No, for some reason, it makes me want to get Subway wicked bad.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why.
Makes me want to gag.
Every time I walk in there,
Subway
I crave Subway, and Subway stinks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got
Subway will never sponsor us.
Yeah, I got the
there goes our chance.
I got Subway. Me and he got Subway at the Myrtle Airport. hungover as bag, dude. We walked in, there was me, him, and Tommy Pickles. Oh, and Darcy was there too. And we're just getting Subway. It took 20 minutes. It was like the worst line I've ever waited in my entire life. And I ate half my Sango and was like, oh my
What'd
God,
you get?
dude. I got a spicy Italian.
Oh,
with
man, hungover?
Oh, dude.
That's tough.
Yeah, but no, it's so good though. But it's like not a hungover food. I got spicy Italian with pickles, mayo, and avocado.
Ripsky, what'd you get?
You don't even want to know.
You got the worst thing possible.
Yeah, well, no, it was the hangover. I needed to defeat it, so I got the meatball. I know.
That's worse than the spicy, dude.
Yeah, no, I am a meatball, but like I needed something heavy to defeat the hangover, but it really didn't work as well as I thought. I was on an edible, so it was like kind of like I fucked myself anyway.
I got a hilarious story.
So she was all done.
Oh my God! All right, so Vinny ripped an edible like that. Like, dude, we're all like super hungover like the morning we're leaving, and he rips an edible. We pull up to the Myrtle Airport or whatever, and like the check in like whatever like through the computer bullshit, through the stupid kiosk, dude. I like ripped through it pretty quick. I put a bunch of like I'm checking like my my golf stuff, so like my golf bag. So I like put the checking slip on there, and I'm about to walk away. All I hear is me like, yo, dude, don't walk away, don't leave me, chill, dude. Like all this stuff. I'm like, dude, what do you mean? Like, relax. I look over, and he's like putting like this 2 different slides, like 2 different like inputs for like key cards or whatever. And he's like, dude, I'm trying to pay. And he's like, put in the wrong slot. Oh, dude, it was so fucking funny.
Yeah, but it wasn't like it wasn't an obvious slot. Like it was like, this thing was like blending in with the whole machine. I mean, call me stupid if you want.
No.
But
like,
no, there was
stupid. It was just
was. And then I'm like, yo, why don't this work? I'm like putting it in and out. And then like Bob's like, yo, that's not even it, dude. He's like, put it in this one. And it worked. I'm like, all right, I don't even think it's the edible. I think this thing just sucks.
Yeah, like I don't know. It might have been the edible because like after that, like we were in line and you were just like so out to lunch. I like the lady, like the check-in lady too. She was just like, oh yeah, like that bag. And I'm like, and Vinny was just like looking out like into space, and I just like grabbed this like fucking shit or whatever. I had the sign shit.
Yeah, I was checked out at that point.
It was hilarious.
I was like, yo, I used all the brain juice I had for the rest of the day.
Yeah, after a week straight in Myrtle, my brain was mush.
I was all done.
Honestly, Snipsky, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. I blame Spirit, dude. Nothing is easy with Spirit.
Yeah, Spirit
Nothing,
sucks.
dude. You're like, look at that flight.
Yeah,
like,
don't sponsor us either.
Yeah.
Subway and Spirit lose our number.
We just lost another sponsor, Spirit Airlines.
Nah, they were trash. When we walked up, like at first, when we trucked our bags going to Myrtle, we're like, oh yeah, so we didn't know we had to use the kiosk because we thought we could go up to people and they would help us.
Yeah, no, do their jobs.
But like, yeah, do their jobs like Patriots. And then fucking we went up there and she goes, oh yeah, you didn't go up to the kiosk. I'm like, wait, is that a joke? Are you kidding?
Yeah,
and then
so
she goes, she goes, no, like, I was like, wait, you can help me though. She goes, no, I can't. I'm like, that's total bullshit.
Yeah.
And then I go up and like I'm in line. There's a whole line of people behind me. I'm like, I have to get back in line. She goes, yeah, it's not that long. I'm like, literally, it's all the way through. Like there are people going, like, you know how the taglines. I'm like looking behind. I'm like, you fucking kidding me? There's people behind me going, are you serious?
Yeah,
because they were the same thing. And I'm like, I'm serious. I was telling Coco and Butts, but when they got in, they're like, yeah.
I would have done the same.
Yeah, and I'm like, and I told her, I was like, I have to get back. Like, it's not that long. I'm like, it's fucking fuck off.
People wanted their head, dude. Like when people found out, like there was one lady like walked by me, and I was like, hey, you check in? So what do you mean? I'm like, yeah, we got to check in the kiosk. You can't walk up there. She goes, what? Like, dude, she was so mad. Yeah, fucking Spirit and Subway lose our number.
Yeah, dude, nothing is easier with Spirit. You look at their prices and you're like, oh, yeah, it's a pretty cheap flight. They rinse you on everything, just to let you guys know. They rinse you on like a check bag. You can't even take a carry-on. You got to pay for that, too. Dude. It's ridiculous.
It's insane. They rinse you.
Absolute rinse job with Spirit Airlines. So we just lost 2 potential sponsors, but that's all right.
Yeah,
we'll make up for it. So as always, we'd like to thank our producer, HedgeBetter Technologies. They continue to revolutionize the sports betting industry. So if you haven't already, be sure to go check them out over at www.hedgebetter.com. That's www.hedgebetter.com. Also, Don't forget, before it's too late, to buy your tickets now for Kings of Combat next week, July 16th at Doherty Gym in Braintree, Mass. The doors open at 1 p.m. for the exhibition fights, which is being headlined by none other than the hometown hero, Bobby Lights Out Lang. His opponent has been announced, and it's a social media sensation known as Wide Neck. So go get your tickets or order your pay-per-view now at www.kingsofcombat.com or visit the Kings of Combat Instagram page and click the link in their bio. People are calling this the must-see event of the summer, so go get your tickets now before it's too late. July 16th, Doherty Gym. We'll see you there.
Wide neck's about to have a short neck once Lights Out's done with him.
Odds on Bobby Lights Out Lang by knockout.
Minus 450.
I'm hammering it.
Yeah. I was going to say, it's definitely going to be a heavy odd.
Hammer it. So I think that just about wraps up for today and for season 1 of the High Slot podcast. We hope you enjoyed today's episode and the rest of the episodes from our inaugural season. We thank you all for tuning in every week. We truly appreciate all of our listeners and viewers because without all of you, none of this would be possible. Don't forget to go check us out over on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at the High Slot Podcast for more hockey content throughout the summer. Boys, anything else before we sign off?
Yeah, Coco pretty much nailed it, but thanks to everyone listening and viewing our YouTubes. Like, it means the world. Like, we just came in here like just 3 guys, wanted to talk hockey, do some beers and all that stuff, and it took to another way, another turn. So like we said, we're grateful for you guys, and we'll see you guys next year.
Yeah, unbelievable. Yeah, we just came in one night, like just winged it, and it's just been taking off like a rocket, man. It's unbelievable. Should I mention next week? Should I mention that?
I'll mention it. Yeah. So July 18th, 6:40 p.m. at Quincy Youth Hockey Arena. It's an inaugural skate for the Quincy College Club hockey team. I'll be skating. If anyone out there that's listening that wants to keep on playing hockey, who just graduated high school, or just be like someone like me out of the military, GI Bill, whatever, and you want to play some puck, play some meaningful competitive hockey, head over there July 18th, 6:40 p.m. The boys, the High Slot boys, are going to be covering there. We got a live little podcast over there. We're going to interview the coaches. Maybe a couple of the players if they want to come on and have a little conversation and everything. So, yeah, throw that out there.
Yeah, we only interview the guys that play good, so bring your A game.
So, again, we just want to thank our supporters and our haters because you fuel us as well.
Right.
But we thank you all for this first season of the High Slot. We look to come back next year bigger and better than ever, and we're going to keep pumping out content for the people because you're the ones who deserve it. So, thank you, everyone. We'll see you all again soon.
Thanks.
Peace.
Love you guys. Let's go.
Love you all.